Welcome to Starship TV. Film review of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn 1945. Production details. Studio, 20th Century Fox. Director, Elia Kazan, his directorial debut. Screenplay, Tess Schlesinger and Frank Davis, based on the 1943 novel by Betty Smith. Release date, February 28, 1945. Genre, drama. Runtime, approximately 129 minutes. Format, black and white. Main cast and characters. Dorothy McGuire as Katie Nolan, the practical and strong-willed mother, focused on survival and stability for her family. Peggy Ann Garner as Francie Nolan, the imaginative and sensitive daughter and the film's main perspective. Garner won a Juvenile Academy Award for her performance. James Dunn as Johnny Nolan, Francie's charming alcoholic father. Dunn also won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role. Joan Blondell as Aunt Sissy, Katie's flamboyant big-hearted sister with a series of questionable relationships. Lloyd Nolan as Officer McShane, a kindly police officer who later becomes a stabilizing figure in the family's life. Ted Donaldson as Neely Nolan, Francie's younger brother, more rough and tumble yet deeply loyal. James Gleason as McGarity, the saloon owner who gives Johnny one last chance at work. Setting and background. Set in Brooklyn, New York, during the early 1900s circa 1912, the story follows the Nolan family, a poor but resilient Irish-American family struggling to survive in a tenement neighborhood. The story is filtered through the eyes of Francie, whose love of learning and literature gives her a hopeful, poetic view of her harsh surroundings. Scene-by-scene description. Opening scene. Tenement life. The film opens with a panoramic view of the working-class tenement neighborhood. Children play, mothers gossip and vendors shout. We meet Francie Nolan, narrating about her love for her family, and the tree growing in their backyard, a symbol of hope and endurance. Introduction of the family. Inside their small apartment, Katie is seen scrubbing floors and counting every penny. Johnny arrives late, drunk but full of affection, especially toward Francie. His charm and dreamer's spirit contrast with Katie's firm realism. Francie's school dilemma. Francie longs to attend a better school. Johnny promises to help, and through clever maneuvering she is accepted into a school in a wealthier part of Brooklyn. A major turning point in her life. Aunt Sissy's visits. Aunt Sissy adds color and humor with her flirtatious, earthy personality. She arrives with her latest husband, and provides comic relief as well as emotional support for Francie. Christmas struggles. The family participates in a local tradition where poor children claim unsold Christmas trees. The Nolans prove their strength by catching one, a touching symbol of unity and resilience. Johnny's last job. Johnny, ashamed of not supporting his family, begs for work and gets a short-term singing job at a saloon. He returns hopeful but soon spirals again into depression and alcoholism. Johnny's death. A poignant and heartbreaking moment comes when Katie receives news of Johnny's death from pneumonia after sleeping outside. Francie is devastated. Katie is stoic, but we see her grief when she's alone. Francie's graduation. Francie, having persevered through hardship, delivers a heartfelt graduation speech. Her father's memory looms large as she dedicates her success to him. A new beginning. Officer McShane. Officer McShane, who has quietly admired Katie, proposes marriage. He offers stability, not romance, but Katie begins to soften to the idea, seeing a better future for her children. Final scene. The tree. Francie and her family prepare to move to a better neighborhood. The camera lingers on the tree growing through the cracks of the courtyard, symbolizing Francie's spirit, persistent, growing toward the light despite adversity. Interesting facts about the film and story. Elia Kazan's directorial debut. This was the first feature film directed by Kazan, who would later helm On the Waterfront and East of Eden. James Dunn's comeback role. After struggling with alcoholism himself, Dunn's role as Johnny Nolan was a redemption arc, and it earned him an Oscar. Peggy Ann Garner's acclaim. Her portrayal of Francie won her a Juvenile Academy Award, cementing her as a leading child actress of the era. Realistic portrayal of poverty. The film was groundbreaking in how honestly it portrayed poverty, alcoholism, and the strength of mothers without melodrama. The tree is symbolism. In both the novel and the film, the tree of heaven growing through cement is a central metaphor for perseverance. Differences from the novel. While faithful in tone, the film omits some darker elements of the novel, such as Sissy's miscarriages and Johnny's more tragic decline, to fit 1940s production standards. Conclusion. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn 1945 is a tender, emotionally resonant story about resilience, family, and the triumph of the human spirit. especially through the eyes of a young girl discovering life's beauty and pain. It remains one of the most beloved literary adaptations of Hollywood's golden age. The performances, especially from Peggy Ann Garner and James Dunn, give heart and truth to a timeless coming-of-age narrative. The tree, the family, and Francie's hope all continue to grow in the memory of classic cinema lovers. You're watching Starship TV. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Starship TV gives this film 5 out of 5 stars. Every moment is excellent. The acting, story, and Peggy Ann Garner are most notable. Starship TV